not quite the lowest in the lobby. The lowest is going to be 6 from Misfits, but it's still a very low number. 1 placement point also to boot. It's not the same team we've been seeing perform at certain levels that we have witnessed. We know what's capable, which I suppose we kind of keep, at least I keep repeating, because we do know what some of these players that do play at this level are more than capable of. They're a team we want to see more of. Northern Lights, you called it on the desk. They've had a couple of decent rounds here and there. They are down 11th. The highest they've been so far is 2nd place. 15 frags, again, not too great. The kind of the standout one for me out of all these when I look at them is Better Luck Next Time. They have 0 placement points, very low going out. They're down in 13th, but they have 16 frags to their name. It's a very, to be down there, it's quite an obscure number for a team that doesn't have any placement points and is low. I like how you said it's kind of normalized at the top of the table. There is some level of stability. Eleganton, Liquid, TSM, and FaZe, all with your top 4 positions, names that we know and we see regular playing. Omicron, I think it has to say safety in numbers so far. They won't play tomorrow. They've obviously played 2 days in a row. 34 points, 6th position on the league table. They're so far the only team that has played 2 matches and is in triple digits. They had just a stellar performance yesterday. It's not the stellar performance today, but it's still consistent. A top 6, top 5 area would be more than enough. Keep playing like that, you'll be qualifying. Nuclear Penguins, 15th position. Oh, I think we all have high hopes of the Penguins just because of the logo and name, to be honest with you. Everyone wants to see them perform a little bit more, but Northern Lights onto Unity. Instant confirmation. Looking down the games and a win on the board. You get 20 points at the mag and it just changes absolutely everything. Speaking of changing around, Better Luck Next Time. Holds his ground. I'm a big fan of that. Holds forward, gets the headshot on the player pushing aggressively. Now they need to try and flush him and find him. Through the windows we will go. If that nade banks off the corner, he's in all kinds of trouble. Molly's there. He can burn out the stairs back to back. Keep them at bay for now.
Here comes the cavalry, Rich. We've got more people turning up. The rest of the squad are there, but the Penguins, they seem up for this. They seem like they're ready for the challenge, so they're holding on with all 4 alive. And, well, better luck next time.
Is it really a cavalry Lauren turning up like that?
I mean...
Just turning up and dying. Questionable.
Yeah, it's not ideal. It's really not ideal, but we're going to just roll with it. We're going to work with it, and we're going to just, pretend that was the intended approach. And yeah, obviously not the case. Tornado Energy going to do the counter push towards EIQ. Hawkey and the boys were up on the hill, and they're not allowed to keep that sort of position anymore. They're going to be forced off that one. They're going to be pushed away slightly. So for now, it's going to be kind of equaling the effect out. These guys have had free reign up until this point, so you are seeing a little bit of a fight back and hold on. Better luck next time. The player in the building did at least, make it a little bit costly. They're able to kind of slow down the roll a touch.
I suppose if that player had made it in, just beelines it in and does go with him and give him support that he needs, maybe they win that more. But yeah, rather unfortunate just to pull up at a building and die instantly. Not the full level of information we need. To talk about the circle a little bit. We'll be splitting it with water. Sosnovka still definitely in play. The main percentage over on the head of Erangel. Doolin picking up a cheeky knock as well. And you know what? This kill feed all of a sudden for Circle 1, it's become manic. What in God's name is happening? There's players dropping left, right, and center.
I wish I knew a bit reckless at times. Some of these guys probably don't need to be going for these sort of fights, but they're committing to it quite handedly, quite happily going to commit as much as they can towards it. Northern Lights with a bit of a battle towards Unity, but the main fight is on the other front. That's going to be towards the Wildcats. They've dealt with Orange and they can turn their attention back towards the initial problem.
It's a bit of a three-way down here. You've still got Unity working around the gap as well to be able to put under the belt. Good points as we move forward. Circle going to update, send out the back. There's one. Can we get the confirmation? We can.
Wow.
Good work coming out of Northern Lights to be able to take that fight. Now they can back up their comrade who's up against the wall.
They certainly can. That should be their first port of call. But this circle moving slightly towards the east is going to throw a couple of teams off. They're all kind of sitting south of Pachinki, and now suddenly they've got...
Soon to be no more on this planet. Those shots are finally hitting. Just skimming his cheek, and he is dead. Entropic. Well, that's an interesting one. We're talking about coming off the back of a win on that one player. She created... We'll see if we can create further problems, though. I like this. I want to see this from Northern Lights. I want to see more frags. Something like this might just heat them up and give them the energy they need to move further in this game.
Would be good to see that. They came in with a little bit of a marker towards them. We wanted to see a big performance from these guys. We wanted to see them play well. And maybe this is the time to do it. Maybe this is their chance to actually perform to the standard we'd expect from this squad. Big reputation beside them, so hopefully that is going to be the case. Now we are seeing TSM holding back ELG, have the high ground, have the players. Obviously with Vac being knocked, it's not perfect for ELG. They're going to have to find a way around this now.
TSM kind of downwind of the fight. Certainly Vard was.
It can house a lot of teams here, Rich, but it's also pretty precarious, right? It's very fine margins of actually working properly in this. Now, already knew that Northern Lights losing out on one, it's not what you want. They need to keep this clean. Better luck next time. Out in 15th. Bit of a... Bit of a problem for them. Yeah, going to double tap that, basically. But we are going to be seeing everyone else kind of shuffling. You're going to look at Northern Lights. You're looking at El Giganten, Ents. These sort of teams are the ones that are probably going to have the biggest, I guess, toughest run, and they're about to meet. Squeaky's going to have players going towards him. He's definitely spotted one at least. Squeaky's going to get the headshot, but he's got backup left and right. I don't know if he's going to punish Ghost or he's not. Gaxi and Gnorkis are there in support, perfectly timed and perfectly placed.
His commitment and self-sacrifice might give the information to the rest of Ents, though, to actually keep them alive. They're further up the hill, which now they have that info. They could really plan out and potentially just hold El Giganten back. There is a domino effect, though, in the fact that TSM in their backline. Hold on for a second, because Northern Lights are being punished. They had a fair amount. Ooh, okay. Okay. It does not... It's disallowed the flush. I'm okay with that. Smoke's up. Getting back on his feet. You got to...
On the outskirts where a lot of this fighting is going to happen. Northern Lights trying to sweep their way forward. Of course, TSM still in front of them. Not an easy one to get past. I think we're all well aware of how strong they are, but we haven't seen the biggest plays from them yet. We haven't seen them being, you know, the TSM that we've expected and what we saw in previous tournaments, so...
Cool, sitting. Patiently waiting. Initial contact made. Damage done. Now he arises, but there is a response. Northern Lights go straight into it. Spyro, 1-for-1 trade at the moment. Miraku instantly confirmed. Removed. Now we need to see TSM stand up to the challenge here. 3 men on this one. This should be a nice wipe if they can do it without losing any more. It would be huge. Blue on the back. They know all these boys have got to move. Feel sorry for NLT. Northern Lights have had absolutely no time to breathe in this game whatsoever. Playing off the back foot, fight by fight. All they've had to do is battle through this. Team's pushing aggressively onto them, and they're down in 13th. It is... There's two sides to it again, where we love to see a good fight, but I feel so sorry for them. Every single place they've gone, there's been a team pushing onto them.
Yeah, there hasn't been much rest, has there? They've kind of had the worst end of the stick, but they're going to have to try and just pick up where they left off, for example. Trying to hold on for his team. He's the only one standing here. It looks like Smash has him dead to rights. So Smash will control what was going on. That means the Tornado Energy does bow down again. We want to see more from them, and it's just not come through. And TSM, well, they had quite the battle against Northern Lights, but now Ents are the next in their line. They won't have an easy run either.
Okay. There's a response on the side of Fex. The knock will come through. All comes down to Diggory. Ira's still bleeding out, and he's looking for information. Feedback from the team. They're all clustered up. This grenade could be fantastic if they don't disperse anytime soon. It gets a second. It confirms the initial contact. Ira down. Vad, 50% hit. Fex, oh, banger of an aid. Absolute banger. Slaps Diggory out of the server, and now he can get Fex back on his feet. Good response.
Yeah, Misfits have fallen as well. They tried to make a bit of a mad move for it.
So far, you've rocked up to the gates of hell. FaZe Clan's compound. Rather unfortunate. It just feels like a domino effect to all these teams on this quadrant of the circle. What's going on? TSM out of the frying pan and straight into the fire. Ether from distance, though, doesn't actually realize that it can be seen at a different angle. Fex finally bleeds out. Ruby confirmed straight away. K-Mind also falling victim to this one. The rest of Omakan pushing on this. And I suppose it's the story of the circle, right? Given that there's very little compounds, you need to fight for a good land grab. You need to have a good amount of area to play with and work with. Because of the lack of hard cover that you can get, I mean, it's sustainable, but it's only by rocks and trees. You want to take these fights. You want to get these frags. A team in those compounds behind them is the worst case scenario. They wanted to avoid that, but I don't think they expected to be hit so hard and so fast. All 4 players from the Penguins just barreled into the buildings. That's a banger of a shot. Dinks for his face. I am seeing some level 3 gear as well on the side of the Penguins, so a few opportunities to be able to have a quick peek. Maybe even land one of the shots. 2 SLRs between them. Dorcas waiting. Vard still doing work on his own as the last man standing for TSM. Damn good effort. Bit of a prevail as well after earlier on. Now all of a sudden Omakan falling from multiple angles. Maybe biting off more than they can chew. They really spread along that main road. Took all the major compounds, but unfortunately have been split by the wayside of 2 different rosters. Liquid and TSM have the way. Now it comes down to Vasco. Last man standing. There's also a fight still unfolding previously.
Yeah, so many of these fights continuing to go on. It's going to be hard to get around that. Most of these teams are going to be trying to battle out with what they have in front of them. And what that is limited information, limited room to work. There's no easy way forward. WP now pinned down. This was the fight that I theorized was going to happen, that swing to the north, and it's against El Giganten. Now, it looked all good on the first, but then the trade came out and it slowed them down. FaZe, how they leave this building, how they try and transition to that next circle, that's the big question mark. The Penguins up against them, and the Penguins, well, they're a team that doesn't have a lot to lose, but obviously would like to prove a point. Now, going to lose out on Zor, first to 8C, but can they hold the 7 kills? Is a very nice performance in comparison to what we've seen from them so far. And FaZe would really rather not be facing off against this.
Utilities committed. And the problem is for FaZe, moving so late just makes them open. From multiple different angles to several different teams. They're going to be further up the field. Fullspace holds the angle. Now they will be punished. Now they want to continue to strangle the Penguins out in open waters here. Liquid's gone down. Jimbo at least managed to pick up a kill before doing so. Gustav will be trying to put the nail in the coffin here for the Penguins and punish them. Uber fallen. 3 players up. I think he's resable. If they can get rid of Bogart, most definitely. He's hiding behind a tree right now and just averting himself from fire. That circle is rather spicy for FaZe Clan. But I like this. It's proactive. Rather than sitting downhill. Letting other teams come down upon them. Fad solo them over there. In the cupboard. Not a problem, though. Gaxi banged out dead to rights. Itzy now. Where's the next victim? Norcus with the nade, trying to go for the off angle. That's Uber. There is a response. Uber doesn't go down, 50% HP. Good nade. Gaxi burnt away, and now it all comes down to Ghost now. These are solo snakes. All FaZe Clan have got to do is just mop up, and this is a nice big win to round off Erangel.
They could do with it too. 5 kills, not bad. They could definitely make it more. Vard's going to deny 1 by picking up Ghost Star. You can see Gustav under pressure. Vasco and Vard, no slouches in regards to...
The 2, they've gone looking for this final player. Do they realize where? Do they know Vard? Initial knock through, damage them as well. Now they're on red alert.
They've got to get him down clean. They have. Okay, where's that final player? Vard's done the damage. Vascu's on the push bridge. He wants to try and make it hurt, and he's going to at least get the fight against Fuzzface, but no. Fuzzface, the big man himself.